Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to the 20th episode of my 1 vs 2 x 3 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against 3 separate teams of 2 Emperor AI per team, and I'm playing as the Draconian Necromancer, Crogar the Corrupt. In our last episode, we dealt a pretty severe blow to Dwemus Strongmouth, our Dwarf Theocrat opponent, who is the only remaining member of the team that used to consist of Wazul and Dwemus together. So you can see here we actually were able to take Dwemus's throne city, and we're in the process of migrating it over to Ghoul Draconians. And we did so with really not that much resistance. He only had 3 units guarding it, one of which was a tier 4 Shrine of Smiting, but all in all it was a very straightforward battle there, and it remains to be seen here what other kind of forces Dwemus has. He has another city here, and he also does have some terrain underground, which we can see just the beginnings of here, but I don't know if Dwemus is going to be able to kind of muster a counterattack, or if he's just going to outright surrender after this devastating blow to his throne city. In any case, we've got Dwemus on the ropes, but we've still got our 2 remaining opponents here that are a cohesive team of 2, and that's Odrin Stabilis, the High Elf Dreadnought, and Oscar Van Helden, the Human Rogue. We really haven't encountered Oscar at all yet this game, and we're going to continue to press forward here to the east and hopefully encounter both of them and see what kind of damage we can do. So before I get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, I did just want to give a quick shout out to Casper Eklund, who left a great set of comments, as he always does, and I did want to just kind of mention a few of them here before we dive in. So one comment that Casper made is that it would be a good idea to probably clear out this item rack here before I start sending off either of these 2 stacks kind of on their merry ways, going in separate directions, because obviously these item racks tend to give very, very good rewards. So at the very least, it could be something I could sell for extra gold, or maybe an item that I could give to Nabal that would be extremely powerful. You can see here Nabal doesn't have a shield, doesn't have another accessory or a mount here, so there's a lot of items that could actually benefit Nabal. So that's a great idea. I'm going to see if I can clear this out with either both stacks or maybe just 1 stack. I think that will be a great idea. Another thing that Casper suggested is that, and this was kind of an analysis of the battle, when I took Dwemus's throne city here, there were 3 units. There was a Dwarf Forge Priest, a Dwarf Firstborn, and then a Shrine of Smiting. And Casper rightly pointed out that I actually had a really good opportunity to inflict Ghoul Curse and acquire some units to help kind of guard this base, as of course I have inflict Ghoul Curse here with Crogar. Casper said, why didn't I just kind of teleport Crogar in behind using Shadow Step and Ghoul Curse the Forge Priest and the Firstborn, or at least try to? And the simple reason for that is I actually kind of forgot. I was so focused on just winning this battle and dealing such a decisive blow to Dwemus that I completely forgot to do that. And had I been able to get a hold of that Forge Priest, I could have actually started adding it to this stack here. I'm going to now keep this Fallen Angel. You can see this Fallen Angel actually isn't undead. There's no symbol here in the corner, like this little skull telling you it's a ghoul. I haven't turned this Fallen Angel into a ghoul yet, and I'm not going to until I have at least 1 healer to maintain this stack. And so had I gotten that Forge Priest, I could have had a healer for the Fallen Angel. But again, I got so single-minded on just winning the battle that I kind of forgot to do that. So again, Casper made a great point there that I probably could have and maybe should have done that. And one last thing that Casper suggested is that in my throne city here, I've been producing some items, and something I could actually do right now. So Casper suggested that I could make some boots that would be very beneficial for my necromancers, and I could put Tireless on them. So Tireless is a trait here that gives no action points are spent on retaliation or attacks of opportunity. This would be really useful for my necromancers now that they have Undying, and I'm using them, kind of shadow stepping them in behind enemy lines and trying to Ghoul Curse. So if they have Tireless, that means they're not going to end up using up their attacks, and they're going to be a little bit more versatile. So I actually really like that idea. So I'm going to start doing that. You can put Tireless on either boots or a shield, but I find that shields are probably more beneficial with the benefits that they give, like extra defense and whatnot, whereas boots are beneficial, but less limiting in what they can, or more limited in what they can give you, I should say. So what we'll do, let's pick a nice symbol here. How about these? We'll call these the Restless Boots, because they're giving you tireless. So Restless Boots, and we will forge that in our throne. So that, again, we can send those off to one of our necromancers, and they will basically, again, no action points are spent on retaliation. So if they get attacked and then hit back, and then attacks of opportunity. So if a unit moves by them, and again, that's a great suggestion from Casper there. So thank you very much, Casper, for those comments. All right, we're going to get into this episode. There's a lot I want to do, so let's get to it. So we've already moved all these stacks up here. So we have Bahir and his additional stack here with a Bone Dragon and a Wraith King that are moving in. We're going to add this Node Serpent into that stack as well. And we're going to continue to push this way. We might clear out this dungeon on our way over. Maybe we can get another unit or two to add to this stack while we're there. So let's see if we can wrap up this turn and get to the action. So, the action in the east, I should say. Alright, so why don't we do that item rack real quick with Nabal before we forget about it. Oh, but of course we've already used up our movement, so actually, yeah, this turn we had really moved almost everybody. Okay, we had a stack here. Let's see if we can raid this Forbidden Sanctum. So, just to remind everybody, this stack came down from this island here, came across up to this, and then moved down through the tunnel that way. So, let's see, we've got 2 Manticore Riders. One is a Frostling and one is a Halfling. We've got 2 Phalanx units, a Deathbringer, and a Apprentice. So, unfortunately, not a ton of healing here. It would be great to get another support unit. Let's just see what we're going to be dealing with if we go in here. Oh, yeah, we can handle this. Some Shamans, Nymphs, and some Priests. Let's do this one manually. And I'm going to do that because I want to see if I can acquire 1 or 2 of these support units as some extra healers. So we'll send in our Manticore Riders to be our vanguard here. And then we'll send our Phalanxes in around the side. And we're going to send our Deathbringer along with. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of gingerly advance here. We don't want to get too aggressive too quick. So we'll just move up. Alright, let's see what happens now. Yeah, I was gonna say, the biggest thing we had to watch out for is that Entangling Touch. And fortunately we resisted both attempts of it, so now we should pretty much be in the clear to start doing some damage here. So let's go in for a Ghoul Curse. We've got a 45% chance. They're immune, so we'll kill them off. And we can send our Pikemen in up this way to deal with this Nymph. Let's just double check. Is a Nymph a support unit technically? A Nymph is a Fae, so not a support unit, so won't be able to heal a stack. So they aren't really of much use to us, so we might as well just kill them off, I think. Another Shaman here who needs to die. Oh man, look at that. Wow, a lot of damage there, you can see. We'll actually come in and do this. And then we can come in and do this. There we go. Okay. And that'll do it for our turn. So we can also try and Ghoul Curse these Priests. Excellent. And a level up, always a good thing. So we will move in here and we will drop a heal on our Manticore Rider. And we got a 55% shot at it. And we did get a Ghoul Curse there, so that is absolutely fantastic. I really like these Orc Priests as well when you're playing Necromancer, because they have Throw Curse, which you can kind of combine. Again, we've talked about this in previous episodes, but you can combine it with Inflict Ghoul Curse, because what it does here, let's just see if we can find it. Where's Inflict Ghoul Curse? Here we go. So again, this is doing a spirit check. So that Throw Curse will reduce the resistance of a unit, making them more susceptible to Ghoul Curse. So they actually synergize quite well. So I'm very happy to have that. And let's just see. So we now got to just finish off these. We'll just go in here and get the kill on these priests. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So we got another healer, which is excellent. Summon Air Elemental. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. I mean, at this point, I really don't need it, but I do want the extra casting points here, so I will take that. I already have Earth Elemental, but... And not to mention I'm summoning Fallen Angels, which is kind of my main plan at the moment. And you know what? We could actually split this stack a little bit, I think. So why don't we send maybe one of the Phalanxes down with this Orc Priest? Actually, no, I want to keep the Orc Priest with the Deathbringer, because then we can Ghoul Curse more effectively. Maybe I'll just send the Priest down alone to go join these Panthers, and then I can probably raid that. Yeah, I think that'll be the plan. So, as much as I do want this Priest with the Deathbringer, I think it's actually going to serve more benefit heading down this way to these Panthers who could use the heal, basically, from them. And maybe we'll get some more units here, actually. Oh, perfect. Okay, this is just a smorgasbord of support units, so let's see here. We can make some more friends. We do have to be careful because some of these units can do quite a bit of damage to our units that maybe don't have quite the high resistance. Because obviously they're casting spells, but you can see there, we pretty much took the damage, no worries, no real issues. So we've got an Orc Apprentice. They should be very susceptible because they have a little bit less resistance. 55% chance. And we got it. We were successful. That is fantastic. We'll move in here and put ourselves in defense mode. Same story there. Can actually fly right in and wing beat. Oh, just devastating, hey? Absolutely devastating attack there. Fantastic. Let's kill off the Tigrans. There we go. Ouch. So that was a quick and easy battle, and we made another support friend. Frost Wyvern egg, 10 turns to hatch. I think I'm just going to sell that for income, frankly, at this point. A little bit of extra gold there. Alright, so now we're going to move in here. Ooh, another opportunity for another healer, so I think we'll do that. And yeah, we'll bring you in as well. We'll clear that out, and then we want to grab this dwarf city. So maybe what I'll do is I'll send the Orc Apprentice down to join this stack, and I could actually bring the Priest over and integrate them into this stack, or, you know, get another unit and split this stack up a little bit. So let's, and again, I'm going to do this manually because I want to try and get that Forge Priest. Okay. So again, we got to just remember that these fire elementals will explode when they die, so we don't want to forget about that and then have our units end up paying the price. It's very easy to kind of, again, forget that that's a thing. Oh, tried to dispel it, failed. I was using Dispel Magic to try to dispel Immolated. Didn't work, but worth a try. We're going to take some fire damage, nothing too extreme. Okay, so we will do a self-heal here with our Apprentice. Don't want to lose our Apprentice, that's for sure. And we'll throw on a Warcry and go in for the kill. There we go. Didn't really need to use the Warcry, but why not? And we can fly in behind here. Devastating attack there on the Fire Elemental. And then we will come in this way, and we should be able to shadow... Yeah, we can Shadow Step in. 45% chance. Oh, and we got a little bit lucky there. We actually were successful, which is great for us. Fly in behind here and get the kill. Finish off the Forge Priest with our Phalanx. And then our Fire Elemental here is probably going to, yeah, just attack and die. You can see there we did take quite a bit of explosive damage, so always have to be cognizant of that. And again, maybe I shouldn't have sent the Frostling in because a little bit of fire weakness there, but it ended up not being an issue. So now we can advance like this. We are going to trespass because we are, again, we've established that we are supremely evil beings at this point. We are not very nice people. Or ghouls, I guess I should say, as we are undead. And that'll about do it for what's going on up there. Now, okay, we've got some scouting here. Let's actually go scout this city. I'm curious as to what kind of... Oh, and look at this. Okay. Well, he doesn't really have a ton in terms of strong units, but let's... Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. And here's Dwemus himself, so now we know exactly where Dwemus is. He doesn't have any tier 4s in the vicinity defending him. Okay, and this is now where we come up above ground, so even if this scout dies, this was 100% worth it because we found where we can go next. So we're going to send Crogar and his absolute doom stack here. We're going to be sending them up, unless Dwemus surrenders, which I don't know if he'll do. We're going to send Crogar up here to deal with him. So that's fantastic. Excellent job done by this boar with its scouting. So again, the importance of scouting, which I often neglect to do. You can see how just how important it is to do. All right, so I think that's going to do it for most of our movement, quite frankly. Let's go double check and make sure. Have we moved Cirrus? We have. Now, we could split this stack up and have them actually... Yeah, let's do that. We'll get them going, at the very least, above ground here. Oh, and look at this. Bone Dragon that needs killing. We are going to do that. We're actually going to send Cirrus up here. Because we want to use Cirrus to clear out a lot of the structures around here. We could eventually put in a city here if the game goes long enough. And we're also going to gradually send Cirrus over to the east so that she and her stack can get involved in what's going on over there. Hunting down, again, Oscar and Odrin. The two O's, as they were. Let's jump back to the Shadow Realm real quick. So again, we're going to have this Harvester join up. We split off this Charger. Unfortunately, again, very strong unit. I've had it since, I think, the beginning of the game. Champion 6 at this point. Extremely strong. But we're going to send that champion down to help out with some of the combat that's going down here. So, we actually have these units that are capable of moving around and doing things. So, maybe we'll see if we can raid this Hollow Grove while we're feeling a little feisty. Let's take one of these Shadow Demon larvae and join up here. Let's see what kind of resist... Oh, yeah, okay. No bueno. We are not going to try this one. We've got Shadow Elf Shaman, Cockatrice, Horned God. Oh my goodness. We are going to be avoiding this for sure. Now, something interesting here. Check out this Shadow Demon Shaman. I haven't seen this before. I really like the way they look, by the way. That is really cool. But look at what they have as an ability here. They have Tame Shadow Demon and Befriend Animal. So let's read this. Attempts to take control of target enemy Shadow Demon. Now that is neat. And it looks like it's a spirit check. So I guess because Shadow Elves are native to the Shadow Realm, they have found out a way to start recruiting Shadow Demons. That is pretty cool, and something I'll remember if I ever end up playing a Druid who's a Shadow Demon, or excuse me, a Shadow Elf. Okay, so that's above our pay grade. So let's figure out where else we might want to go. We could head over this way to the east. We could head up north and see what kind of mischief we can get up to up there. We do still have some structures up here that might be worth exploring. We've got this little guy doing a little bit more exploring. Let's do that with him. A little bit of gold there. That's good for us. Okay. So yeah, I have to decide. And we've got... Oh, and I almost forgot about this stack. We're going to probably send them back through this Shadow Gate, I think. We've already cleared out all these structures. We cleared out that Forbidden Sanctum. This is an extremely powerful stack here, you can see. We're going to go back through the Shadow Gate. So now we're underground. And let's see, if we went this way, what would we... We could go clear the Ziggurat. That would be kind of nice. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll head this stack down this way. It's going to take them a while, and they may never get into the fight fully, but in the meantime, we're going to do that. Yeah, these guys, we're going to move this little butcher in with this stack and then try and raid this ancient ruin next turn. Let's go back to that Shadow Realm real quick. We just have to decide, again, what do we do with this stack? And again, my instinct right now is to send them north. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll send these little guys to accompany them, I think. There we go. I got to admit, these larvae are actually a very intriguing unit. I talked about them last time, but they're basically kind of the equivalent to those draconian hatchlings, except they're also like the cadavers in that you can just summon them from corpses using the harvester, Shadow Demon Harvester. Really can't say enough about how cool those Shadow Demons really are. Okay, and we've got some Shadow Elves up here that are not happy with me in their area. Alright, so I think that more or less does it for most of our stacks. So let's kind of decide how we want to proceed here with our research. So we got a few choices. We could, again, start doing our endgame spell, Age of Death. But right now, I think the thing I'm the most interested in is getting Scourge of Undead, because this is a real game-changing spell in that this can single-handedly turn the tide of a battle. So we're going to start working on that one. That's going to be the plan there. And now let's do our production real quick. We can kind of get this sorted out. So if we end up clearing out this Ziggurat, that's going to give us a Blood Altar. Let's see. Support units produced in the city gain the Mark Blood Sacrifice ability. Requires a Ziggurat. That's actually kind of nice in that we already have a ability to produce a Magic Academy here, and that would make really good support units coming out of there. So let's do a Magic Academy. We'll eventually get the Ziggurat, and we'll have support units that are just, again, very strong. So that's kind of cool. I like that. Now let's see. We've got a few other cities here. Mboku, again, we're continuing to produce these pikemen, these butchers who are nasty little guys in their own right. And just trying to decide here where I would send one. I guess I'll send him down south. I think we will just keep making these butchers because, again, they're just so useful having life drain. They're just so frickin' powerful. And cheap, too, because they're just a tier 2 unit. Alright, Tumok. This Goblin City here, we're going to just chill. Talene, which is our Shadow Elf city here, or former Shadow Elf city that we converted into Draconian. Let's do a laboratory, get a little bit more knowledge income coming in. And here we are at Firak's former throne, city of Ix, Fahas. I'm just going to do merchandise. Again, most cities, I think, we're just going to do merchandise. That's going to be the general game plan here. We're just kind of, again, generating income from most of these cities. We're not in any major need to produce a ton of units or anything like that, so you can kind of just relax. Tell that unit to chill and guard the city. We will actually start building an Embalmer's Guild, though, in this little city, just to increase growth, and if we need to ever produce units there. That guy's going to manage the city, so that'll be good. Rissell, up north here, we can do a Harvester's Guild. Ooh, and our Earth Elemental does need some commands. You know, it might be nice to actually have this Earth Elemental join the fray here as such a leveled up unit. So I think I'm going to do that. And in the meantime, we'll maybe try and get another unit over there to guard the city. You know, we could even send this guy over to guard. That might be the better idea. So we'll actually do that. And you can see just how much we researched advanced logistics, and that's helping us move along the road there, which is quite nice for us. And you know what? Let's send over a little cadaver to guard the city. Not that we necessarily need it all that much, but I do recall that there were potentially still going to be some... Yeah, there could still be some baddies that come out of this from this spawning structure here, so that is something that we still need to be concerned about. Fortunately, we have Wazul and his group here coming across, so not too concerned about that at the moment. Oh, right, and we had this little stack. All right, let's do a little bit with them while we're kind of at it here. I think we'll be able to do this battle in auto combat without losing anybody. Let's give it a shot here. Perfect. We won the battle with no losses. That'll work. And now we have to decide what to do with them. So we could go fight this structure over here to the gold mine. I think we'll head over to the gold mine. That's a little bit of an easier battle for us. The dungeon's probably just a touch above our pay grade at the moment. Although we might be able to do it. Let's go clear this out. Again, we can probably just use our auto combat. Oh, and look at that. Again, auto combat, you have to be careful. You can see there we lost this leveled up Blight Doctor, even though had I been manually doing this battle, there's almost no way I would have risked this Blight Doctor. So again, auto combat, it saves time, but you can see there how it can bite you. So again, I don't typically use it all that often. At this point in the game, I'm not opposed to using it occasionally, but yeah, I'm really kind of not that pleased with that outcome. Again, not a huge deal. It really doesn't matter all that much, but so we'll get this Deathbringer involved here. Let's go raid this foundry. Oh yeah, we should be fine here. We can do this battle no problem. We'll use Firak here to raid this. Alright, so we'll send in our Bone Dragon. Bone Dragon's going to kind of be our vanguard force here. The Flyers are going to basically just be there to support and reinforce. Ooh, you know what? I should put... I'll put Guarded by Flames on. There we go. That's actually really, really nice upgrade. A little bit of fire protection, especially against that flame tank. That's a good idea, I think. Okay. So we can move in like this. Blast these engineers a little bit. We're going to kind of keep our units spread out a bit here, as we don't want to group up and then get annihilated by that flame tank attack. And I'm assuming we're going to take some damage here with the Bone Dragon. Oh, so he chose to ram me instead of fire. So actually, yeah, it was a really good idea putting that protection on here. So let's get the kill and then we can blow that unit up. There we go. Yeah, that fire protection is paying its dividends from Guarded by Flame there. Okay, so we'll fly in and flank. Oh, whoops, I misclicked there. That was a big mistake. Hopefully not devastating mistake. Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter, but I just misclicked the wrong tile there. I was trying to flank, but that's okay. Ended up not really mattering, as now all that's left is this little poor engineer who's cowering back there. Let's see, who needs to heal the most? Bone Dragon, probably. And let's get a little bit more experience with our dragon. Perfect. Alright, so we've got a foundry cleared. Ooh, look at this. Trident of the Queen's Guard. Let's take a look at what it gives us. First strike, pole arm, and +1 fire and +1 spirit melee. That's pretty solid. Helmet of Orc Anger gives War Cry. I'll probably just sell that one off. And some extra gold. We'll take that reward. Why not? War Cry is a decent ability, but I don't think I really need it. This is much better than the current melee weapon that was possessed by Firak himself. So I think we'll just sell off that little other weapon. So that's quite nice. Good for him. Very good. And now we've got our Deathbringer in the party here. So I wonder, again, you know, I was concerned about this structure. I think we'll still leave it alone. This is a bit too strong for us, if I remember correctly, the Raven's Keep. So what we'll do is we'll move over this way and go for the tomb. We can use our Deathbringer along with if necessary. I want to use that Deathbringer in particular. We'll just jump back for a second. I want to use this Deathbringer in particular when we're raiding the Forbidden Sanctum to try to get some of the units in that group there. We could also use it on this battle to try to grab a Node Serpent as well. So lots of opportunities. Even though we're going to be fighting mostly undead in the tomb and there's undead in the Raven's Keep, still lots of things to try and Ghoul Curse. So I'm glad I have that Deathbringer there. And alright, so as we said, we're going to be sending Crogar up this way. A little Lost Soul doing some exploration here. So it looks like we've got a spawner down there. Let's go up north. Oh, and it looks like we've actually got a Shadow Gate here, so We'll go explore what's through that. It'd be good to find out. This fallen angel, we're just going to hang out, stick with Crogar, and that'll do it for our turn. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see. Oh, okay, so he's going to attack me. We're going to just auto-combat that away. There we go. So Dwemus is fighting back. I guess he's not going to give up. And I don't blame him. I mean, he still has a few cities. He's by no means finished. Although, frankly, I don't know how he's going to be able to compete with my Doom stack here. Not to mention, as I Ghoul Curse a few more things and get my second stack going. He did try to disjunct Enemy of the Faith, and he failed. Thank goodness, because I don't like having to recast those. But the enemy AI loves to try and disjunct that, so all my currently active spells. So I'm basically converging most of my units on kind of this upper eastern corner of the map here, where I'm pretty sure that Oscar and Odrin are. I'm moving Crogar upward north here, kind of northwest a little bit, and I'm going to send him underground again to deal with Dwemus down here. This may be where he migrates his throne city. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But we know that Dwemus was sighted down here, so that's where we're going to head, because again, we've got him on the ropes. If we can eliminate Dwemus himself, then we can probably finish him off and get him out of the game. Again, even if he's migrated his throne, he may migrate it to that city that's right there, because that looks like a pretty sizable city. So he's probably going to... Oh, Odrin did disjunct Enemy of the Faith, so that was successful. Fortunately, Enemy of the Faith is not as important an active ability. Oh, and our Harvester is getting attacked. That's a shame. Well, RIP our Harvester. I didn't expect this group to come through the Shadow Gate. That's such a shame. I really like that Harvester. Oh, and would you look at this? So we are under attack here. Earth Elemental, Frost Elemental, and a Wisp. Alright, we're going to do this one manually, and I hate to do it. I know I've had someone point out that this is kind of a cheeky little strategy that actually probably isn't that great to use. I could use my little attempted cheese technique here, but I think we're actually going to try and do this one, and I'm going to use air quotes here, but legitimately, without exploiting the AI. So let's see if we can actually help out in this battle. We could try and disintegrate on somebody. Really not a very good chance of it working. So let's just let them come in, and we're going to have to try our best to not get riggedy wrecked here. So we got to watch out, because obviously that Wisp is going to phase in right behind us. So it would be great to try and take that Wisp out if possible. So first though, we're going to light up our Frost Elemental. And it would be also, again, very nice to summon this little Lightning Sprite for 3 turns, so we'll do that. If nothing else, it's just a nice little distraction. So let's see, the Wisp is gonna, yep, okay, perfect. That's the best we could have hoped for there. So our Lightning Sprite basically took the brunt of the Wisp's attack, and now we can just finish the Wisp off. Let's see, can we get... Fortunately, we really aren't... Ooh, actually, shock damage against the Earth Elemental, really good. But we have to keep in mind that this Earth Elemental has regrowth, so if we're going to attack him, we got to do enough to basically kind of almost kill him. So I am going to focus on this Frost Elemental rather than the Earth Elemental at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll bring in my Cavalry. There we go, and we will get the kill. Unfortunately, we were stunned, but still kind of worth it. And we can do this. And then we can do this. There we go. Oof. Just one shot at those little guys. So this guy can move right up over the wall, which is quite concerning for me. So I think what I'll do is... let's see. So if we attack here, we're going to do a minimum of 14. So we do max. If we do minimum damage, we would do a maximum of 28. Let's see. Maybe we can. Yeah, here we'll soften him up. Then come in. Let's hope we don't get minimum rolls. Oh, and we got frozen. No. Okay. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll do this. Yeah, we're gonna get the kill. Hang on. Let's see. Can we use less magic though? 20 isn't that bad. We could try Black Lightning. That's not a guaranteed kill though, so we will use Siphon Life. Perfect. Now we can start attacking the Earth Elemental, who's going to come in and immediately try to kill these Arcane Archers, I'm sure. Yep. Oh, that's such an unfortunate event there, but we do fortunately have shock damage, which is good against these guys. We can do at least one shot there, and then probably come in and get the kill. Yes! Perfect. So we were able to successfully defend our city. We didn't use our cheese technique. We are losing another scout, though. That was a solid battle. You know, I'm really excited to try out those Shadow Elves. And again, I think in my next playthrough, that's going to be the plan. All right, we've got another city to defend against some roving units. Let's see if we can manage it. Unfortunately, this time we don't have a wall, and we really don't have the quality of defenders either. So I think in this instance I am going to just retreat back and see if maybe we can... Unfortunately, all these units have pretty decent... Well, at least the flying units have good mobility here, so I don't know if we're going to be able to pull off our little plan. Again, I'd prefer to not lose these cities as I need them for income, but not the end of the world if I do lose this city. It's just going to be quite annoying for me, and I'll have to send a unit over to retake it. If nothing else, I can kind of lure the... Oh, yeah, there we go. So we're not going to be able to do our strategy because we've now taken some damage. Fortunately, we can actually do quite a bit here, you can see, with fire there, which is excellent. Oh, and we got a bonus there. That was great. And let's use some lightning here and finish off the... Yeah, there we go. We might be able to come away with the win in this battle if we're careful here. Okay, so now let's fly around over here, get the flank and turn them. And then we can move back this way, do a nice big blast, turn them again. Now, do we have charge? Does the boar have charge? It does. So why don't we... Let's see, we would do a minimum. I think we'll probably get the kill. Let's just see. Yeah, there we go. I just didn't want to take any damage, so I didn't even need to use the charge there, which is good. Okay, and our little boys are going to take the hit there. Alright, so now the problem is if I do this, there's a good chance that our hatchlings are going to get dazzled, so we don't really want to do that, actually. What I would rather do is come around behind, like this, do a flank attack to allow our hatchlings to move off, then blast. Now, of course, it's going to panic our boars, but that doesn't matter because it's going to get the kill. Excellent. So again, we were able to defend our city, and we didn't have to use any kind of cheesy technique there. Fantastic. Okay, so we did lose Enemy of the Faith, but not a big issue. We received a proposal. We are not going to accept that because we are going to be violently taking your lands from you in the next little bit here, unfortunately. And I suppose we could also add in this priest down there, because really, do we need additional help over here? I don't really think so. And then we could get this city a little bit quicker, so we'll do that. Would you be interested in our offer? No, I don't really need to make peace with the fairies. We had Wazul level up, and we are going to give him Blood Brothers. So now he has all that extra spirit protection for himself and for his units, which is great for them. There we go, the little cadaver moved over. So Wazul himself, we are going to, again, just send our units over. Try and get into the fight. Okay, things are going to get pretty exciting now, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to group this stack up. And we're going to start moving in. Okay, we got some little ne'er-do-well to take care of, so we'll just do an auto combat and get rid of him. There we go. Okay, and here we can see we've got the territory of Odrin. Alright, let's go do this dungeon real quick with Bahir. And we've got a Succubus. Succubus would actually be kind of nice to get our hands on because they have great mobility. They're pretty strong. They have Seduce, and they're also a support unit, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are, which means they would get Heal Undead. So I'm actually quite excited about trying to get my hands on one of them. So we will do this one manually because, again, I am trying to, in this instance, I'm trying to make a friend. Okay, so how do we want to approach this one? I think what we'll do is, first of all, we'll buff Bahir with Dragon Ancestry. Just a little bit of extra help. And we don't want the Succubus in defense mode when we go to try and curse. So why don't we go for some Despair. There we go. And then actually we're just going to kind of reinforce our position here. Again, let them sort of come into us, and might take a little bit of damage, but that's okay. Let's see what happens here. There we go. So they came in for us, but now we're going to have a much better chance of Ghoul cursing because we got a Despair off, and we've also got... They're not in defense mode, so let's see if we can do it. Looks like... No, I think they were immune, so it's kind of unfortunate, but again, always worth a try. So we've got now assassins, all assassins, and again, these assassins are kind of dangerous actually because of their ability to use that assassin strike, which is can be a very devastating attack. There we go. Fortunately, our breath attack is just devastating these units. There we go. Some bombard action. A little bit there. We've only got one unit left, a Draconian, who, if he survives, which he probably will, because he's using his... Yep, he used his strike, as we expected. We are going to try and Ghoul Curse him. So let's jump in behind him. And we did get that guy. So we did get a Draconian Assassin out of the deal. I would have really, really liked that Succubus, but I'll take what I can get. A few extra units, sure, why not? We can add them to the war effort here. And I'm actually going to use... I was going to use this stack to grab the extra movement, but I'm going to use Bahir to do it. So I want to get Bahir in. Let's be... Again, we're going to be cautious. We don't want to overextend, but oh my gosh. Odrin really does not have much for defenses here, as we can see. So we're going to just come in and violently take his city from him. We have to watch out for the cannon, but quite frankly, we are quite overpowered at this point. Yeah, even that attack, I mean, big whoop. We took some hits. Oh well. We will move Bahir up a little bit, and we will throw a Dragon Ancestry on. We are literally just going to go right up the gut with our dragons, our bone dragons, and everybody else can kind of just move in as support. Yeah, this battle's going to be over quite quickly, I think. And let's drop a heal on Bahir, because why not? And now the violent attack begins here. We are going to send in our Bone Dragon to obliterate that hero. And I think we'll just do the same for the Longbowman. Oh, just disgusting. Absolutely filthy. Do a little bit of damage to the cannon, sure, why not? And we'll keep Bahir out here just because... There we go. Still trying to dispel, even though it's probably not the best plan at the moment. And our Bombard took some damage, so we're going to drop a heal there. blast the heck out of the cannon. And does one of our dragons need experience more than the other? Not really, so we'll just get the kill. And just like that, we took another of Odrin's cities. Folded like a wet paper bag. And let's see, we've got Hasty Plunder. I think we're just going to migrate to Ghoul Draconians at this point. I always think elven cities are really pretty. I like the terrain that they spawn in, and I like the way they look. But yeah, we're gonna have to change that, unfortunately. Oh, and would you look at this? We got a Spirit Protection, Defense, Resistance headgear for Bahir, which is perfect. He was gonna get this hat, but I think the one I just got is substantially better. And look at this! Oh, it's a regeneration item. I thought it was the nourishing meal item, but that's kind of funny. And we did get some holy damage there. High morale mug. Oh, and here we go, a quiver. This is actually probably better than just him having a standard shield. So I think what we'll do here is we'll do that. And the hat I don't think we really need. The mug I don't think we really need. I think we'll maybe just sell off them. Oh, actually, I don't really need blight protection. I think I've got 100% anyway. Yeah, I do. So we will sell off the ring. And we can sell off the shield because, quite frankly, it's really not that good. And we'll keep the hat around. But this quiver is nice. You get extra ranged attack damage and then razor projectiles that can inflict bleeding wounds. But that extra attack damage alone is just nice for ranged attacks. Okay, so we did get a level up here with Bahir, who is now level 13. We've got 7 points, so we could get Scourge of Undead, but of course we don't have enough casting points to make that work. Could get Invoke Death, which is a nice ability to have. Although we are going to be facing machine units, so a lot of machines probably because we're fighting Odrin. But I think maybe I'll still grab it just because... Why not? It's probably a good choice to have, I think. So let's just take a peek at him now. So he's got lots of... Yeah, he's got a lot of good abilities at this point. And we're just going to keep on trucking, I think, here. We're gonna just roll right through. I noticed here we've got a lost library I never cleared. Could go and do that, I suppose. And... could send this unit in here with this stack as well. That's probably not a bad plan. I think we'll do that. We could send this warg. Actually, we can send the warg to guard the new city. So we'll do that. And this little assassin can join the party as well eventually. We'll raid this lost library. I'll do this one manually just because my units aren't all very leveled up and I don't want to have any kind of funny business happen. So we're going to fly right in, do a nice blast of attack there. And our Earth Elemental is going to probably be our main attack boy here. Let's see how this battle progresses. A little bit of weakened on us there. Nothing we can't handle, mind you. So we've got 2 effects on the Earth Elemental. We've got Weakened and maybe Festival of Evil. I'm not exactly sure, but we're going to steal those away because I would rather have them... Yeah, there we go. I would rather have them on my Reanimator, who's going to be at the back, rather than our Earth Elemental, who's on the vanguard here of the battle. There we go. Bone Dragon took some damage, but nothing he can't handle. I think we will send in our Wraith King there to do some big boy damage. There we go. And our Node Serpent can come in and finish the job. And then we can basically do this with our Wraith King. Send him right in, throw him in defense mode. Shock Trooper as well, coming in to back him up. I was expecting them to try a turn undead. Again, kind of futile effort at this point. We will heal our Bone Dragon, who did take some damage. Kill off the Evangelist, no problem there. And you can come and attack the Storm Sister there. Engage them in battle. It would be nice to drop a heal with our Wraith King as well, but I think we'll just finish the Apprentice off. And then finish off the Storm Sister and just end the battle there. Perfect. Oh, we did get another spell, Banish, and some extra knowledge, always good. So I will take that. And we can send this unit kind of up north this way, and we'll send Bahir over this way. There's a Unicorn Rider. We can send Bahir up maybe that way, or just down the road, depending on kind of what we find. We could also raid this tomb as we go by and maybe grab some new friends. So just the ability to just build an army as you go is just so devastating. It's one of my absolute all-time favorite things about being a Necromancer. I just think it's extremely, extremely useful. So we had an item arrive there. We also had a bow arrive for Firak. He was getting a standard bow, but this Keeper bow is a little better. So we can even send this or sell it or whatever once it gets there. Alright, so yeah, we actually have Firak, so let's move him while we're at it. So now let's see if we can... Oh yeah, we should be able to clear this out, no problem. Okay, so we will do a Dragon Ancestry here, and a Guarded by Flames there. We're just going to go up the gut with our Dragon, and use our Flyers as mobile backup. And let's see what happens here. So we're going to take a little bit of damage. Nothing too crazy. Again, because we're not living units, they don't get any lifesteal on us, which is excellent. Of course, our lifesteal doesn't work on them either, so it's kind of a give and take sort of situation. Oof, those arcane arrows were just absolutely disgusting there, you saw. Do some fire damage to that Wraith. Get the kill, there we go. Can send in our Flyer. Actually, let's kill off that Wraith first. Go tie up this Reanimator. There we go. And we can kill the Warg off as well, but we could also kill the Lost Soul. I think we'll kill the Warg, although it will come back as a ghoul now. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Let's finish that off. There we go. This battle's going very smooth. Heal our Bone Dragon and then get the kill. There we go. No problem at all. Another heal there. Let's maximize our healing while we're at it. Do a flank there and a flank there, and that's the battle. So we cleared out the tomb, no problem at all. Claws of the Prowler. This is a leg item. Pretty good. Improved wall climbing, pounce, and extra defense, some gold, and some mana. I can't remember what we have as a current leg item with, but I think we'll take this. Okay, so we have Dead Man boots, which are pretty decent, but I think this is better. So maybe we'll just sell off Dead Man's boots. There we go. I think most of my other heroes have boots, if I remember correctly. And we get an upgrade now for Firak, so now we can pick something here for him. Let's see what would be maybe a good choice. Physical protection, but that only applies to Firak, not his stack. So I'm not going to probably take that one. Summon Siege Engine is kind of a cool spell. You basically get like a Trebuchet or a Battering Ram or something. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss here. I'm not sure exactly what I want to get with him. I don't think we're going to be heading underground, so I don't really need tunneling. Why don't we do... Actually, Inflict Immolation is kind of nice. Let's grab that. Especially with all of our ranged attacks that we have now, thanks to some of our items. And as much as I just said that physical protection maybe isn't that, I think we'll grab it just because, you know, physical attacks are so common. What the heck, we'll throw a little extra hit points on them too. Okay, so we've yeah, we've lost our Enemy of the Faith. Not a huge loss there. I'm not too concerned about recovering it. Did have a domain invasion. Okay, that was just warning us about those units that were coming to attack us. I was really, really happy I was able to defend both of those cities that were under attack. That just really was quite positive, I think. Alright, so now we've got... Ooh, and we can actually make it all the way down there. So now we've got enough in this stack here to be able to do this battle. So let's clear this out. If we can. So we can use our Shock Serpent as the kind of front line along with our Butchers, who, again, both of them have life drain, which is devastating, as you've witnessed in previous episodes. Just the amount of healing you get back from that, in conjunction also with having First Strike because they're a polearm unit. Very, very powerful in my opinion. Now we have to watch out because we could get webbed here, and these ogres do a fair bit of damage. Okay, we resisted. There's that life drain again. There we go. Boy, that was pretty nasty. Okay, we'll finish off the ogre there. No problem at all. Get the flank on the spiders. Get the kill there, no problem. Send our Butcher up. And we'll send our Shock Serpent in just to defense mode there. And then let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, and that shocking just did the work for me, basically. And, yeah, we'll throw a heal on our Butcher. Shock Serpent's already gold medal, so let's try and level up this Butcher a little bit. Perfect, and we did. Excellent. Very good battle. Stalk of Living Vines. Entangling Touch. Again, I've sold this one in previous playthroughs, but I think I'm going to take it now because being able to entangle is actually a pretty solid ability, and we also have knowledge, and I always want more knowledge, so we will take this reward. And we'll send this to... Let's send it to Cirrus. Okay, and then we'll keep this stack together. I'm not too worried about them moving, but we're going to just head off this way. We can try grabbing an item or something there. Got lots to do with this stack eventually. Okay, so now let's go back to Crogar here, who has movement. I think we're going to head up this way. You know, again, it might be worth clearing out this city as well on our way up north. Choices, because part of me wants to just go right for the throat, because I know where he is. But it's also probably maybe wiser to clear this out, be a little more systematic. I think we'll do that. I think we're gonna go clear that out while we're thinking about it. Okay, and this Fallen Angel can actually do a bit of scouting for us here, kinda. Okay, I don't see anything too crazy. I'm not really that concerned. And there we go. Okay, we've already used Fear Axe, so he's good to go. Cirrus is now above ground, although now there's this pesky, those undead in the Shadow Realm here that are going to maybe cause us some issues. I think we'll just send this unit up to join here. Here we go. Actually, we might as well, we can send these guys maybe down to help garrison the city or something like that. There we go. So we'll group up. And yeah, you know, it might almost be worth sending Cirrus back in to clear this unit out, but I think this stack would be able to kill them no problem, so I'm not too worried. So we'll use Cirrus now to... Again, we were going to head up this way. I think I've already cleared this tomb out. Let's find out. Yes, I have. Okay. Oh, and it's a shame we can't get to those haste berries. But we're basically going to come up here and then start moving to the east, essentially, with Cirrus. And get right into the fight. We can probably kind of come up from the south. There's a road here. We can head up this way into Odrin's domain and help out from the south with our Doom stack here. And let's go back to Nabal. So yeah, we did have this item rack here, which we did want to deal with. So let's move our units in So we've got nothing but tier 3 Eagle Riders. You know what? Let's use both. We'll play this one safe. Actually, we will initiate the battle with Nabal himself, because that way if there's items to pick up, we can do that right away with Nabal. Okay, so we've got Eagle Riders and some Pony Riders. So we can't get too crazy because the mobility on these Eagle Riders is pretty incredible. So we do have to be careful, but we don't have to worry all that much, quite frankly, as we've got very, very powerful units. So we'll throw Frozen Flames there. Again, we're going to kind of group up. I'm going to keep my vulnerable units back. I really don't need them getting involved. Oh, and I should have actually protected this White Witch a little bit more. But the White Witch, if the White Witch gets attacked, I'll be ready to defend her with all these other units. So, okay, and they're going to use Wing Beat to try and attack me. Yep. Smart. As long as I can survive that initial barrage, I should be just fine, and we did with really no difficulties. Once these Eagle Riders are actually in melee combat, they really kind of don't stand up all that well. Unless they get lucky, of course, which can sometimes save them. There we go. And we are just absolutely steamrolling these Eagle Riders, which I suppose really shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Oh, there's that lucky, though. Did save that one from immediate death. There we go. And now we can come around from behind here and get the... Yep. No worries there. I probably could have done that with just a single stack, but I felt better just having the extra backup there. Actually, I'm going to take this one, I think. Ooh, but okay. Bard skills doesn't affect... The happiness bonus doesn't impact machine, elemental, or undead units. So I'm actually going to sell this one off. I don't need any of these upgrades, really. This one's nice, but I don't need the extra fire weakness. 3 defense is great, but I don't want to be more weak to fire, as I'm already kind of weak to fire with being undead. So we're going to sell that one just for gold. Alright. So we're going to send Nabal north. I think what we'll do is we'll bring this city into compliance, and then we'll, or I guess just take it over basically, and then we'll maybe try that lost city, although it might be a bit above our above our pay grade, as I say. I just don't think we maybe have the strength to take that one out. A lot of these tier 1 Draconian Temple Guard to take out in that stack. I think we could probably manage it with this group, but that's a bit of a risk. I think we'd be okay. I think we can manage it. Let's try it. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and take advantage of the lifesteal of that Butcher and have the Butcher be kind of our primary attack unit, I think. So I'm actually going to put the Frozen Flames on the Butcher rather than on the Manticore Rider, because again I'm going to be using the Butcher as our frontline troop. So the Butcher is going to go right there. We're going to have everybody else kind of just group up here. Temple Guard are coming that way, so we'll put the Manticore Rider there. Bring our Blight Doctor down this way, and our Toadstool Fairy there. We can do some damage, so we'll do that. And yeah, I think we're just going to hang out. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So there we go. Perfect. So they did exactly what I needed them to. The Butchers soaked up most of the hits there, which is excellent. Get the kill there, no worries. Probably kill off this Temple Guard between our 2 support units. Absolutely. And I'm just going to hang out. Let them come to me again. Yep, no worries there. Big attack there with that life drain. Absolutely devastating. So we'll drop a heal, do some damage, throw a weakened on them, and then fly in for the flanking kill. Boom, and a nice level up there. I will take that for sure. And I noticed here we've got an undead spawning structure down there. It's a shame I don't have a Necromancer hero in this area, but my Necromancer heroes are kind of doing other more important work on the front lines of battle. So yeah, we'll just head up that way with this stack then. I suppose we've got some of these other little structures to clear out on our way, but alright, so I think that's going to about do it for this. This turn is mostly finished. I think we've done kind of all our major movement with most of our big stacks. Might be some little cleanup, but I think we'll save that for next time. And yeah, so Dwemus isn't giving up without a fight, and you got to respect that. Odrin, on the other hand, is, again, just woefully unprepared for my advance coming from the west here. As I pushed more east, I think he's just going to kind of just fold over. But again, we'll have to see. Those could have just been his least defended cities, but I guess we'll find out. So I think I'm gonna save this one there. Boy, I just love seeing this red just spreading across the world. We've now got a lot of eastern structures that, or eastern cities that are again spreading the red plague out further east. So very nice to see. And yeah, I mean, barring any kind of late push from Oscar or Odrin that I'm not seeing, I'm really kind of wondering as to how they're going to be able to put up with all of my absolutely incredible stacks. But again, we'll have to see in the next couple episodes. So, as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.